Virtual summits are the most powerful online marketing tool available to grow your list, launch your platform, make more money, and create an impact in the world, even if you're just getting started. If you are ready to take your summit to the next level, then tune into the Virtual Summit Podcast with Dr. Mark T. Wade.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark T. Wade, founder of Virtual Summit Software and creator of the One Day Summit Formula. And I'm on a mission to help you, the summit host, get your summit out to the world in a powerful and impactful way. So let's get started. Want to speak on the largest, most impactful virtual summit for summit hosts? Then you're going to want to hear about Summit Talks. Let's jump into it. Hey there, I'm Dr. Mark T. Wade, your founder of Virtual Summit Software, your host here on the Virtual Summit Podcast. We've got a pretty interesting episode for you today, but before we jump into that, I want to remind you to check out the resource area over at virtualsummits.com, where we have all kinds of amazing resources from starter guides to interview training to creating a highly converting landing page to even how to create your summit home video and everything in between. Also, I'm going to let you know about how you can be a speaker at Summit Talks over at summittalks.online/speaker-invite. And we'll link all of this over in the show notes at podcast.virtualsummits.com/162. So let's get busy. Hey there, guys. Okay, I decided to do something a little different and a little special on this episode. We're not going to get into a really deep strategy session. What I'm going to do instead is, one, tell you a little bit about the event Summit Talks that's coming up, give you a personal invite to be a speaker at Summit Talks, and 3, tell you a couple strategies that I've implemented already that are working. So let's kind of jump into that. First off, what is Summit Talks? Well, Summit Talks is a virtual summit on virtual summits. I know, so meta, right? It is. However, it is already proving to be one of the biggest, most impactful virtual summits for summit hosts. So a little bit about it. We are going to be having a 7-day. Now, this is cool. You're going to love this. So it's going to be 7 to 10 days of Summit Talks. Now, with that being said, you're like, Mark, man, that is a mega summit. It is. And we kind of had to, based on the feedback and outpour of speakers that we've had. But with that being said, I want to tell you a little bit about the framework or the formula I've done to kind of keep that one-day summit mentality still shining through. So every day we're going to be having sessions. We're going to have a live streaming session going through how to set up a one-day summit. We're going to be having specific summit host sessions. So we're going to have every day there'll be a session on the one-day summit. There'll be a micro summit. There'll be a multi-day summit. There'll be a summit show, which is an 8 or longer length summit, virtual summit. We're going to have live stream summits. We're going to have premium summits. And we're even going to have, live stream summits. So with that being said, so each of those, we're going to have those together in each day. On top of that, we're also going to highlight some of the amazing persons of color and minority summits and culturally based summits. We're going to highlight some of those every day. And we're going to have tactical sessions as well. So not just interviews, okay? Not just the boring style interviews. And actually, the sessions with summit hosts are going to be a little different too. But you're going to either have to sign up for a speaker or see on Summit Talks what I'm referring to. Now, the other sessions, we're not just going to have just summit hosts who are going to be giving you their insights into each of those style of summits. We're going to have some summits on there that have done over 10,000 leads, summits on there that have done over $100,000 just from their summit. Each of these summit hosts are going to show you the inside of their summit. They're going to talk about what worked well, what didn't work well. They're going to show you the things they wish they would have known before they gotten started. And then we're going to dig into specialties of each of their individual and unique virtual summits. So look at it like this. I've just put out the call a week and a half ago, getting ready to start my interviews this week, and we'll talk more about that. We've already had 115 speakers sign up, like actually filled out the speaker invite form. 115. Yeah, this is going to be a mega summit. But here's the deal. I need it to be a mega summit to do 2 things. 1, make the impact that I'm trying to create. I want to make this the most valuable, impressive, impactful resource that virtual summit hosts have ever seen and will ever need right here.
Virtual Summit's software makes hosting a summit easier than ever. The only software in the world designed specifically for hosting a summit lets you set up a summit in a matter of hours with no tech skill or team needed. You can try out the Virtual Summit's software free at virtualsummits.com. But hurry, this is a limited offer.
2, what I wanted to do is create it as a one-day summit within a mega summit, meaning you can come, you can jump in, and you can get a little bit each day. You can consume the whole thing all 10 days, or you can come in and just get one day. Each day will be set up in the format where you will get what you need out of it. You're going to get a live streaming session getting taught about the one-day summit. You're going to have those insights from each of those styles of summits from summit hosts who have actually hosted and run their summits. And then we're going to have tactical sessions. We're going to have sessions with summit coaches. Each day you're going to have a summit coach or consultant teach you their summit framework. So every day somebody else is going to teach you how to do and build your virtual summit. And then on top of that, every day I'm going to have 1 or 2 to 3 tactical experts who are experts in some variation of getting leads, creating sales, converting copy, marketing, affiliate and relationship management, sales, creating products, etc. I'm going to have them on, and they're going to teach tactical sessions. They're going to show you how you can improve your summit either before, during, or after with these specific strategies. So that's Summit Talks, and I'm extremely excited about it. Why am I also excited about it? What also makes it unique and different is it's not just going to be, well, you've already heard, it's going to be a different format. So it's like a mega summit that is a daily one-day summit, meaning come in, get one day, or come throughout, get a little bit each day, or binge the whole thing if you want to. Either way. On top of that, we're not doing it boring style. You know that. We're going to have a lot of interactive aspects to it. There's going to be some breakouts. There's going to be some hot seats. There'll be live streaming. There's going to be a panel. There's going to definitely be some entertaining, engaging aspects inside of the overall summit. Plus, we're doing a hero's journey style theme. So inside of it, you're going to be able to see, and I'm going to leave that as a surprise, but you're going to see a special hero's journey. Now, with that being said, I'm going to get into some tactics or a couple things that I've already done that have worked and how I could improve those for your insight. Okay, so I'm going to keep this real with you as we go, share these insights, give you some things. But before I do that, I want to ask you to be a speaker on Summit Talks. So here's the deal. If you've hosted a summit, any style summit, one-day summit, micro summit, multi-day summit, summit show, live streaming summit, premium summit, or anything else in between, I would like you to come be a speaker on Summit Talks. Now, keep in mind here, this is going to be one of the most epic, largest, most impactful, and talked about virtual summit, not just for summit hosts, but of the whole year. And you could be involved with that. However, I'm putting this out there to you today. We only have about a month. I'm going to cut off speaking interviews by middle to end of August. So I know I'm dating this episode, but middle to end of August, these are over. So if you're listening to this after that, just get excited and get ready for Summit Talks, which will be coming September 28th through October 7th. So put that on the calendar, September 28th through October 7th. So by middle to end of August, I will be cutting off interviews. So if you've spoken, or if you have hosted a summit and you want to be a part of something glorious and monumental, then make sure you come to here you can get the sign up at the show notes at podcast.virtualsummits.com/162, or you can go to summittalks.online/speaker-invite. And you can sign up right there. You can fill out the speaker form and get set on doing a session with me. So it's going to be cool. Here's what's cool about it. Now let's get into the other aspects of it. So a couple things that I did to make this different and better. Okay, there's a lot of virtual summits and virtual events going on right now, right? So I wanted to stand out. And this is what, guys and gals, listen, I'm not doing anything I don't teach. Everything I'm telling you, I'm doing as well. So if we just do it, this stuff works. So what did I do? First off, I wanted to stand out, and I wanted to get some really great quality speakers that don't necessarily normally speak on summits, as well as they don't necessarily normally promote summits. So first thing I did is I started off with personal video invites. Started that off with all of my close contacts. So everybody who's ever spoken on the podcast, anybody who I'm connected with, anybody who owes me a favor, or anybody that I am in a mastermind with that I felt would be a good fit for this summit, I recorded myself doing a personal video invite for them. You're going, Mark, man, that's a lot of videos. Yes, it was. It took a lot of time. However, I set 2 hours a day for my speaker outreach. I set 2 hours a day, and every day I just recorded these videos and I sent them out. I sent them out to 20 to 30 people every day, sometimes up to 50.
Be sure to check out the speaker management tool inside your Virtual Summit software, which lets you quickly and easily recruit and manage your speakers on your virtual summit, literally eliminating hundreds of hours of work. Get more information at virtualsummits.com.
Now, here's the cool thing. That video invite went over extremely well. People were like, oh man, it's so great to hear from you, Margo. Thanks, or that was awesome. Let's jump into it. Okay. So the personal video invite was the first step. Okay. That got people to actually listen and actually be interested, but it wouldn't have necessarily just sealed the deal there. However, I'm just saying, look, stand out, be different. I didn't send a templated email. I sent a personal video invite. If you've listened to any of our trainings, I talk about send a personal email. A lot of summit hosts I know are like, I don't want to send a personal email. Send a personal email. On top of that, I didn't just send a personal email. I recorded a personal video and sent it to them. Now, I used Vidyard. There's a lot of options. I used Vidyard. There's BombBomb. There's other videos at Bonjoro as well. So I used Vidyard. And I didn't make these long. They were not 1 to 2 to 3 minutes. These were 30 to 40 second video clips. Okay. So I wanted to get right in. I wanted to say hi. I made it personal. I talked about the person. I told them a little bit about it, and I gave them a special invite. Now, step 2 was how I signed up the speakers. I then sent them to my speaker invite page, which I've invited you to, summittalks.online/speaker-invite. Now, I'll keep this active even afterwards, so no matter when you're listening to this, so you can go and see what I'm referring to here. Because the next step was I went over the top with my speaker invite page. I didn't just throw up a couple little details. I went overboard. I went crazy. I recorded a crazy cool video being very in depth with what it is and why it was so important. I took the time. I spent as much time on that video as I will on my summit home video, in the sense of thinking of the topics, the hook, the problem, and all of this for the speaker. Okay. And then from there, I did everything else I normally teach: show some credibility, show some social proof, give the details of the summit, what it's going to be, when are the details. One thing I did add and change to this time is, because this page was longer due to the information I've added to it, I wanted to let everybody know right away when it was and when the promotional dates were, because I know that's was going to be one of the top questions on people's mind. When is the summit? When am I going to promote, if I am promoting? Because of, just like always, I did not make it mandatory for my speakers to promote. However, more than 70% have requested to be able to promote. And I'll tell you how we did that in just a second. So I gave the speaker or the summit dates and promotional dates right off the bat, right under the video, right with where they could sign up. Now, at that point, we moved into the speaker details. So I gave all the information of what they get to speak. No matter what, everybody gets these items to speak if they speak on Summit Talks. And there's some pretty awesome stuff, I'm not going to lie. After that, I went into choose your speaker participation level. Now, this is where it got interesting. So, of course, we had our standard level. And I said, look, we have our standard level, which requires 0 promotion. You be a part of it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm going to throw you some awesome things. And then after that, you're good. If you would throw out an email or a social post, we would love you for it, but you're not required. And we did have like, like I said, around 20 to 30% of people who have chosen that and said, nah, I can't promote. I've got this or that. And that's fine. That's great. At least I am choosing people based on their expertise in their topic, not just on their promotion. I also made it very clear. I don't care what list size you have. So I am making it very clear right off the bat to these speakers that I'm not a list grabber. I'm not worried about their list size, and I'm not forcing them to promote. I want them to be a part of something epic, which lowers their, lets them relax, reduces the risk. And for many of them, they go, you know what? I do want to promote that then. Now, with that being said, we then created 3 other speaker levels or categories. Now, with these, we said, awesome. If you don't want to, if you don't want to promote, no, it's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. You can take the standard. However, for those who do want to support us and promote, we have a couple amazing options. So we had our partner level, we had our prestige level, and we had our featured level. Now, each of those levels required a certain amount of support, and at the higher levels, a minimum number of results. Reason why is I gave some amazing benefits, gifts, and deliverables to the speakers who chose these other levels that are choose to promote. Some pretty amazing things. And what do they want? They want access to leads, right? So I found ways to give them a promotional email or a partner webinar or a video, a guest spot on my podcast, or the ability to do a Facebook Live to my audience, things like that. So you'll check it out. You'll be able to see there that I gave all these amazing things, deliverables on the summit, increased commissions for certain levels, as well as deliverables post-summit, after the summit, things they get even after the summit ends. And they're pretty amazing. Because of that, I had speakers vying for those spots. I had speakers competing to get those spots. And we said, look, do you think you can hit those results? And if you can't have the spot because these spots are limited, only 3 people or only 10 people, etc. So we had speakers competing to be able to promote this summit.
With the Ever Summit feature inside the Virtual Summit software, you can rerun your summit as if it were live, ongoing forever with one click of a button. This now lets you continue to use your summit forever, bringing in qualified and engaged leads every month into your business. Get more information at virtualsummit.com.
So that was a huge deal right there. Next thing is, if you're going to be a speaker on Summit Talks, you're going to be able to see this perfectly. But as our sign-up process, we made this so seamless, so easy, and fun, so that it was super simple. We had speakers signing up very, very easy. We've had to do minimal or very little follow-up to get speakers to actually sign up and schedule their interview. Okay, which is today. Today I start the first round. Okay, that's the next aspect, is I made it very clear I have 4 set dates or periods that I'm going to be doing interviews. Now, what does that do for me? That allows me to batch those interviews. I talk about this a lot when in our interview training, is if you're going to do interviews with speakers, you don't want one at 8 a.m. and then another one at noon and then one at 6 p.m. That sucks. You want to have them together so you can stay in the same mindset. You can get in a rhythm. You can get in a flow. Now, for me, it's not as difficult right now because I've got almost 40 interviews already lined up just for this week. So I'm doing 8 to 9 hours of interviews each day. But it allowed me to batch those together, and I would much rather knock those out because, one, it keeps my mind in alignment with the sessions, with the summit, and I can stay right there and stay tuned. Yes, it's going to be a lot of work, and you don't necessarily have to encapsulate that many hours. You can make it 3 hours or 4 hours, but I always talk about batch those, and you do that by having a link. We use Calendly and setting those times, and we've done it. Okay, so today we start day 1 of our interviews, and we have 8 interviews lined up today, 9 interviews tomorrow, 8 on Thursday, and then I think 6 on Friday. Okay, so that all happened through our speaker sign-up process, which made it super easy, super convenient, and again, fun. We went through getting them to commit to being a speaker, reserving their spot, signing up for their interview, and then their speaker details. The last thing I will say is, and you will see this, I'll put a picture actually in the show notes for you so you can see this. But obviously, if you are a speaker on Summit Talks, you're going to see it very intimately. And if not, come join us September 28th through October 7th. Put it on your calendar, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. We're not doing boring talking head style interviews. First off, they're not just going to be interviews. We have tactical sessions, which are presentation based, and then our summit hosts, which are interviews, actually have show and tell portion, as well as some very specific deep dives into special and unique items with their summit. So each one of these interviews is going to be different, if you will, or each one of these sessions is going to be very different. But the way we have it set up, you can kind of see here, I've got it behind me. We've converted the entire back area here into a film studio, which, hey, you got to be creative when you can't actually go to your film studio. So we're doing it here. But this is going to be a talk show style setup. It's not just going to be talking heads, and you'll see this. I'll keep that a little bit as a surprise. You can either check out the show notes or you'll see it when you sign up as a speaker. But the point is, we want to keep this as entertaining as possible. Remember, we want edutainment style summits. So yes, I've incorporated engagement factors into it, but on top of that, I want to like surprise and delight. I want to raise the standards. So we are doing a completely amazing setup that is not talking head, which is going to make this fun and entertaining for everybody, speakers and attendees. So I just wanted to take a quick second here. I know this is a little bit of a different episode, but I wanted to give you some real-time insights into what we're doing, what's working right now, how it worked and how I did it, so you can take that and implement it. And two, a personal invitation to one, if you're a summit host, you've already hosted a summit, come be a speaker. Check it out. Come be a speaker on it with a lot of amazing other experts, industry experts, and topic leaders. And two, if you haven't hosted a summit yet, mark your calendar and get ready for the biggest, most impactful virtual summit that's ever happened on Virtual Summits. So we'll see you then, September 28th through October 7th, when the summit kicks off. Other than that, thank you very much for what you're doing. Remember, your message matters and you have an impact to make in this world. So go out there and do it. And I'm going to see you on the next episode. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks for listening. Now don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on the Virtual Summit podcast. Head over to the show notes to check out all the links and resources from this episode, and be sure to grab your free trial of the Virtual Summit software.
Now, I want to end this episode by saying to all the Summit hosts listening right now, I believe in you, and you can do this. Summits are by far one of the most powerful ways to quickly grow your list, launch your platform, make more money, and most importantly, make an impact in the world, even if you're just getting started. So don't get caught up in analysis paralysis, because the world needs to hear your message, and there are people who are waiting for you to help them. So just get started, because imperfect action is always better than no action. Thank you, and see you on the next episode.